So you're wondering how to create a budget. Well, that is what we're going to be talking about right now. So first and foremost, you need to know that you need a unique budget for every single month. That it doesn't matter what month, if you think that the next month is going to be the same as the previous. It doesn't matter if you know for a fact even that, well, I've only spent this much money for the past 3, 6, 9. I don't care how many months. You need to sit down every month on an app like EveryDollar, or even just with old-fashioned pen and paper. You need to sit down every month near the end of the month. I usually do it like 2 days before the end of the month and just write a unique budget. So how do you go about doing this? Well, first things first is you're literally just going to sit down, and like I said, first thing I always do is just sit down old-fashioned pen to paper, and I write down all of my expenses from smallest to largest, or in some cases the date that they're due and so on. And how I start this is just with bills that are like absolutes, like your rent or your mortgage or your car payment if you have a car payment, unfortunately, gas, groceries, just everything that you think you're going to be spending for the month. Have a good idea of it. If you don't know what you're spending on groceries and whatnot, just kind of go back through your previous bank statement for the last month, and you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. If you have to, add up every single one if you want to be that technical, but I usually just kind of overestimate on this one. I'd rather guess too much than too little and have some left over to throw at debt or my emergency fund or so on. Next thing you're going to want to do is list out your income sources. So some of us, it might just be one job that's literally the same every month. If so, awesome, whatever. It makes it even easier. Just write down how much you make every month, and you're just going to kind of put that off to the side. Like how I usually do it on pen and paper is that, like I said, you write your expenses, and then like in the top right corner or something, I'll write how much I plan on getting paid and when each paycheck will be. So a lot of you are probably wondering, well, what do I do if my income isn't stable? Like, what do I do if I'm like a construction worker or I own my own business or so on? Well, what you're going to want to do is more than likely you've been doing it for longer than 3 to 6 months, more than likely, hopefully. If not, still, you've probably been working somewhere at least long enough where you know on average what you're going to be paid. So what I like to do is, like, I kind of have an average in the back of my head, because I did this at one point too. I was working for my dad full time, and one week I would make $750, next week I'd make like 300. So I mean, it was a roller coaster. So what you want to do is just kind of find that happy medium, like take your most that you ever made, take your minimum, and kind of just do it in between, and then do usually about $100 less than that or something like that. If you live in a more expensive area and you make more money than 1,000, maybe, who knows? Just have a good idea, do the basic math. It doesn't have to be drawn out to the exact penny, but just have a good idea and underestimate the amount of money you're going to make, because if you make more, then awesome. It's just kind of quote-unquote extra money for the end of the month. Now, if after doing all this you have not enough money to just pay your basic bills, or pay your phone bill, or pay for cable, or pay for anything that's maybe not necessary, or if worse comes to worse, stuff that is necessary, not even including your extra stuff, then it's time to make more money. Now, this might mean going and picking up a side job, or starting a side hustle, or garage sailing, selling a bunch of stuff around the house you don't need anymore, cutting cable, switching phone providers like I recently did. I had Verizon with the newest iPhone, paying like $135 a month, and I cut down to Sprint, and with the same phone it's about $100 a month. So I mean, I'm saving $35 a month, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you cut 30 here, 40 here, 50 there, 20 here, 10 there. It adds up really quick. So you might want to just start out by looking at stuff that you don't need, cut that stuff out, really just carnage your budget, so to speak. Like, just cut into it, cut as much as you can. Now, I'm not saying like literally live off of one meal a week or anything like that at all. I'm saying just stuff like cable, selling a car that you don't need. I got videos on that on this channel as well. Just going through the budget, and then if you're still short or if you're pushing it, get another job. And I'm going to come out with a video about this actually within the next day or two. I'm going to list 5 ways that you can make some extra money really quick. I mean, they're not like get rich quick or anything, but it's just something that you can literally have within week or 2 at the most. So definitely be looking out for that video in the very near future. And if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. I greatly appreciate that. And then lastly, like I said, just remember, do this every single month. It's just a habit. Like, if you have to, put it in your calendar. Put it on, like, the 28th or 29th of every month. Say, just literally write it, or write it in your Google Calendar, whatever you may use. Just say, reminder, sit down, do the budget. It literally takes, once you get a hang of it, if you use an app like Every Dollar, which I love, Every Dollar just makes it so easy. I'm to the point now where my budget really only takes me about 10 minutes, and then usually in the middle of the month, like when a paycheck comes or something, I'll kind of sit down and just make sure I'm on track with the budget and whatnot, not overspending. I notice I started juicing and whatnot some every morning, and I've had to up my grocery allowance about $50, so I had to pull out some of my miscellaneous, but I just made up for it and whatnot. So I mean, it's just good to have your once a month at the end of the month for creating the budget, and then that once a month in between, or twice if you feel like you need it, if you're paid every week. Sit down every paycheck, just something, at least sit down twice a month, go over the budget, make sure you're on track, and just achieving your financial goals at the end of the day. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you're new to my Facebook page or YouTube channel or podcast, like I said, hopefully you guys did gain some value from this. If you did, definitely consider following or subscribing. I greatly appreciate that. But until next time, guys, like I said, the next video will probably be the 5, actually I have it written down already here, the 5 ways that you can earn some extra side cash fast. That'll be on the Facebook page, YouTube channel, and podcast in the near future. Like I said, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. If you did, definitely make sure to smash the like button if you're on Facebook or YouTube. But until next time, guys, keep on making 2018 the best financial year of your life. Let's make some changes this year, and let's go win with our money.